Representative Joyce Beatty wants to get the vote out for the midterms among millennials. So she came up with a way how she thinks she'll achieve that. You might be wondering why Drake is over my shoulder here. Well, you'll see in a second. Take a look.
Trap, money, me and my feelings. Gotta be real with it. Yeah. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always. But the new me is really still the real me. I swear you gotta feel me.
I'm Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, and I approve this mess.
Going off and they don't know when to stop it. I thought you would've.
Okay, so I honestly wouldn't be talking about this story if her comments to the media didn't piss me off, because she seems like a perfectly lovely woman, and I'd probably get along very well with her. And I don't dislike her. I want to be clear about that. And nor do I know a lot about her voting record, so for all intents and purposes, she might actually be one of the better Democrats in the House. And so I don't want to disparage her record. I'm not trying to do that. But when she spoke to the media, and maybe I'm curmudgeonly and I'm the asshole here, but when she spoke to the media, she said basically stuff along the lines of, well, listen, in this new day and age, you have to find a way to reach a younger audience, and you have to find a way to tap into what they're interested in. So that's why I'm doing this. This is just another example of my latest millennial outreach, which has been very successful. I feel like that's insanely condescending to millennials. Like, oh, in order to reach them, you have to play the Drake music, and you have to, get the hula hoops and drink the Zima, because, the kids, they're all into that kind of stuff. So you got to Pokemon go to the polls, if you know what I'm saying. Humanist Report pointed this out on Twitter to Representative Beatty and said, hey, all we really care about is that you try to improve our lives with effective policy. That's what we care about. Like, the older generation, they and I'm not including Joyce Beatty in this, to be fair, but there's a trend of all these articles that shit on millennials. Millennials are destroying the restaurant industry because they like to eat in. Millennials are destroying bars because they like to eat in. What, are you going to spend all your money on avocado toast, you dumbass millennial bitches? Get a job. Why are you guys still at home? It's not like we fucked up the economy and blamed it on you and put 2 wars on the national credit card. What do you do? So, like, they love to shit on millennials, but then at the same time, they do this thing like they care, where it's like, oh, us? No, we're just trying to help out and reach out to you and, like, get you involved. And obviously, in order to get you involved, we have to, like, do the Macarena and fucking go on AOL Instant Messenger and reach out to you that way and talk to you about the Backstreet Boys. So when they're not shitting on us, they're grossly caricaturing our lives and what we like. It's one or the other. It's either shit on us all day long and blame us for every problem, or pretend like they care about us and caricature like what we care about. And it strikes me as really condescending. So you know what? You want to get millennials to vote? Simple. Push for Medicare for all. Push for free college. Push for a living wage. Push to end the wars. Push for a New Deal. Legalize marijuana. End the drug war. Release all the nonviolent drug offenders. I think the millennial generation, more than any other generation to this point, is policy focused. I do. And especially because the country's in such a bad place. And people are struggling. They've been struggling since the 1980s. The wages have been stagnant since the 1980s. So you don't need to come at us with Drake or Pokemon go to the polls or any condescending stuff. Millennials now, we're at the point where we're adults. I mean, I don't know what technically the youngest age of a millennial would still be today. Like, I don't know exactly what the latest year you could be born is and still be considered a millennial. But we're real people with real problems. So you don't have to fucking talk about Kiki to us. And the tweet annoyed me too. I don't know who Kiki is, Joyce Beatty said. I want her to vote, but I want her to vote next November because this White House has made me and many other Americans in my feelings. We're just lucky that this didn't come, 10 years earlier, or even more than that at this point, 15 years earlier or so, and where she'd be doing like the getting jiggy with it dance. Like, I would like the voters to go to the polls so that we can get jiggy with a better president.